If you are currently obsessed with someone, I have great news for you because I feel like obsession is such a weird emotion, right? You're waiting on someone's text, you're feeling crazy, you're obsessing about what you say, you're obsessing about what they say, you're obsessing about actions you've taken, they've taken, whatever it might be. It's an insane emotion. And it's one of my least favorite emotions / favorite emotions because it's so intense and it's so high energy that it's kind of fun and it's kind of addictive in a lot of ways. But if this is you, I have really great news because obsessive energy is quite simply just your own misplaced energy. Your energy is very strong, and when it's not channeled correctly, it completely can be misused against you. And one of the biggest ways for this is being obsessed with someone. This is like one of the biggest ways to misplace your energy. All misplaced obsessive energy is simply just a lack of you tapping into your own creative potential. Your misplaced energy creates this obsession and craziness, but it is quite simply just misplacing your creative potential and focus. That's really all it is. All right, so why does obsession happen? Obsession happens because you are not fully committed to your own life. That is the only way that obsessive energy happens. It means you have a buildup of energy, it has nowhere to go, and it has to go towards something. And a lot of times the easiest thing for obsessive creative potential energy to go is to a person. It's considered very normal. Society considers this very normal. A lot of people normalize this kind of insane obsession with someone else. So it is probably the most common way that your energy can be channeled and used against you. So what does this feel like? It feels like a spark, it feels like a high, it feels like intensity. You might love it at times, you might hate it at times. And again, the best part of this is that spark and that intensity. That is your own energy. That is not someone else's energy. So when all you have to really do is redirect this to your own life, reground this to your own life, and you get that spark and intensity all the time. And it doesn't feel obsessive. It doesn't feel crazy. It feels good. It feels light. It feels fun. So I think that's like one of the best things I could possibly say about obsessive energy is that it's a really good sign. You're becoming aware of how powerful you are. Because the crazier you feel about someone else, you're just like reminding yourself of all that you can put into your own life. What are the signs of this? If you're here, I don't even need to tell you. You're checking your phone all the time. Your mood is dependent on how someone else is treating you or someone else's behavior towards you. Oh gosh. Again, I don't even know if I really need to say, but when you just feel crazy and off and intense and it doesn't feel good, that's when you're probably holding on to some obsessive, unhealthy energy. And all that emotional and mental energy was never meant to be placed into someone else. That's why you feel crazy and that's why you feel insane. It was never meant to go out to someone else. And it sounds like, oh my gosh, if I don't put this energy out to them, will they ever be interested in me or will they just forget about me? The funny thing about that is when you put your energy into your own life, you become more attractive, you become more authentic, and you ground yourself in a way where you're really not as bothered by other people's behavior. So if you're feeling obsessive and crazy, the answer is not how to respond to them differently, how to get them to like you. The answer is pour some energy into your own life and you will not care about the results so much. And when you don't care about the results so much, your life will change for the better. Okay, so now that we've admitted that we've been obsessive and crazy, I think the biggest thing is like, how do we put this back into our own life? And I just went through this recently because it still happens to the best of us. And I am just going to share some of what's worked. The biggest thing that works is you have to become obsessed with your own life again. This can feel really daunting and overwhelming if you're so obsessed with someone else. You're like, how do I possibly do that? But truthfully, just putting focus into your own life is going to be one of the biggest things here. Planning out your week, planning out your day, showing yourself really that you have different things that you're either working towards, that you're excited about, that you're putting out there. This doesn't even need to be a big thing. If you like fashion, plan out your outfits for the week at the beginning of the week so that you have something to look forward to, something that feels like you're expressing yourself in some way. If you're really into some passion or hobby, how to participate in that more during the week, things like that. Just really simple, easy ways to be back into your own life and channel this back into your own life. And when it feels like you're so obsessed and you can't possibly channel that energy back into your own life, I just want to remind you that the most attractive thing you could possibly do that will attract anyone is to put your own energy into your own life. The truth is, no one else wants that energy. No one else needs that. No one else needs that kind of pressure. It's not fun for them. It's not fun for you. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed, I can't get out of this loop. Truthfully, like the most attractive thing you could do, even probably for that person, is to dive into your own life and do your own thing. Even if they don't know it, that is truly what makes someone attractive. So that is it for me this week. A little video about what to do when you're obsessed with someone, why you're obsessed with someone, and why it's actually a really good thing. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next week.